Once you know what that is and say, I'm going to start acting and living according to my own principles, your life starts to change. Carl Jung said that the basis of happiness is figuring out what you believe and acting according to it, living according to it. That the basis of unhappiness is living not in accord with your own morals. In other words, I believe these things are right and wrong, and I'm systematically violating them. It's so incredibly empowering when I talk to a young woman or man, and I say, what do you think is a decent way to treat a member of the opposite sex when you're on a date? And they'll tell me, and I say, are you acting according to that? They're like, no. I say, that's why you're unhappy. Once you know what that is and say, I'm going to start acting and living according to my own principles, your life starts to change.
Why is that? So say someone right now is cheating on their partner, but they know they're against cheating. Why is that making them unhappy?
That's making them unhappy because that's doing violence to their own sense of propriety. You're hurting yourself. You know, the most ancient wisdom traditions and religious traditions, when they talk about sin, sin in almost every religious tradition is not offending God. It's hurting yourself. It's self-destructive behavior. You're doing something not in accord with the way that you want to live. And in so doing, you're weakening yourself. You're making it harder for you to understand yourself as a good person, as a person of integrity, as an upright person, which we actually need to see ourselves as good people.
If I know that that is bad, but I can't seem to stop myself doing it, I'm telling myself that I'm low agency and I'm helpless.
I'm a victim of my own sin. I'm a victim of my own weakness. I'm a victim of my own impulses. And so this is one of the reasons that people will be like, I hate how I eat. I mean, like, I'm a sugar fiend. I just can't get enough of it. I shouldn't do it. Now, it doesn't offend my sense of propriety, to be sure, right? But I could get to the point where I'm so unhealthy that I hate that about myself because I'm actually hurting myself, but I'm being controlled by my impulses. This getting in line with your own views and making a plan, and this is where the New Year's resolutions about taking off the weight actually makes sense, because it's not about the ab veins. It's about being morally consistent with your own view of the person that you want to be, is what this comes down. But you can't do it till you lay it out, until you actually put it in black and white. Write down your moral philosophy. I don't care how dumb it is. Write down your moral philosophy and say, make a plan to start living according to it. That's the base of the pyramid. The second part is a contemplative tradition, is contemplation. You need more contemplation so that you can experience transcendence. Now, there's a bunch of different ways to do this. This is why everybody wants to do mindfulness meditation. That's all that is basically sitting still without your phone and focusing on being alive. So there are a lot of ways to do it. There's informal ways to do it. My colleague Ellen Langer, she actually was the one who brought the concept of mindfulness to the West about 30 years ago. Wow. She wrote a book called Mindfulness. She was the first woman tenured in the psychology department at Harvard. And she says that mindfulness is best practiced if you're sitting on the train by putting away your phone, putting your hands in your lap, and looking out the window. Start with 5 minutes of just simple contemplation of life. Now, there are other ways to do it. Prayer is a really good way to do it too. Religious traditions are excellent at doing it, but people in a distracted world don't do that at all. You need to be in your head. You need to stop distracting yourself and systematically stop distracting yourself, because in your default mode network, you'll actually start to think about things that actually matter, including the things that are in the fundamental moral basis that you've started to formulate. You need contemplation.